Hello guys, hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to be talking about the second half of my week number 45. Um, Woke up at around, oh my god, 11 because I was had the modafinil nightmares, or couldn't even fall asleep because of modafinil, for fuck's sake. But yeah, I've decided that I would have a lot less modafinil because the amount of actually, yeah, I remember now that on the Wednesday I didn't even really have the focus. Well, that's the wrong word. I didn't even have the benefits of modafinil, which I would usually say completely kill procrastination, and they make you sort of enjoy doing mundane tasks. Not exactly helps with focus, but that's besides the point. Well, that is actually why I originally bought them. But yeah, sometimes I don't even enjoy the usual positive effects, but they keep me up for fucking hours at night. So yeah, I didn't fall asleep till 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. So consequently, I didn't go to jiu-jitsu training. Well, actually, it would have been wrestling on the Thursday morning. Pardon me, but yeah, it was quite frustrating. Um, so I've decided that I need to seriously be more. I need to put more thought into my modafinil consumption. Because there have been times where I've taken it and I've felt fucking amazing, and I've fallen asleep all right. Um, which is kind of the whole reason why I started doing this daily log. I've never actually shown it before. I can't really be bothered to fucking edit it into this video, but basically what I do is every 30 minutes it's on a spreadsheet, and every 30 minutes there is a cell. It has its own cell, and I kind of sometimes I plan the day before, or sometimes I just fill it out as I'm living. Um, but I always have a decent record. Yeah, every now and then there'll be a few days where I don't really record stuff. There's always something, but sometimes it's not that accurate. But the reason why I did something like this is so I could overlook at it. The longer I do it, the better. There's more data. But the reason why I did something like this, so if I look at it from a bird's eye view, I'm like, okay, how many hours did I sleep? What did I eat? When did I eat? What times? How far? How long? Um, and then how did I feel? So I could try and replicate that feeling based on all the variables. But to be honest with you, I don't know what the variables are. I would guess if I took modafinil after a good sleep and with lots of carbohydrates, then that's when I've had the best sort of effect. But that hasn't been consistent. Um, yeah, so it's hard to say. Or maybe my dose is too high. I don't know. So I remember I took about 100 milligrams the last 2 weeks ago or something, and after that, after I took it, I had waffles, and then by the time I finished making the waffles, I was really excited to clean up. um, yeah, so yeah, maybe I need to, and I think I need to have them really early in the morning because it fucks up the day when you wake up super late, and if you can't sleep, your sleep's fucked even more. Anyway, that was the start of the Thursday basically. Had my porridge, and not sure what I did in between then and my 3 o'clock workout. I think I met up with my friend, or I took the key off him. Did the workout and was in the gym for quite a while actually, and realised that um, I was going to be a little bit late for work. So finished my workout, got in, washed up, went to work. This week I worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so a few hours. But you know what? I got paid at the beginning of this week, and yeah, it was nice to finally not lose money. And I did the maths. I've done my finances and my rough outgoings and all that shit. And yeah, it's not looking terrible. It's still very, how do I say, juvenile. The numbers I'm dealing with are very low, but they're at least not losing money. I'm thinking of putting the majority of the money I'm earning from the restaurant into advertisements for my coaching business. Which I've actually had a big development, but I'm currently recording this on Monday, so I'll talk about that in the next video when I talk about Monday to Wednesday of this week. But yeah, so restaurant was fine. I've started to feel a lot better in regards to my performance at the restaurant. I've always liked it. I haven't been there that long yet, but I've always liked it. The people there are super nice, But I started to feel really anxious about my own performance, and I really don't like feeling incompetent. I guess no one does, but yeah, I was really getting annoyed with myself. But I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm still not great. I'm still making some silly mistakes, but I'm becoming a lot more well versed with the menu. People still ask me these stupid questions. It's it's actually rare that somebody just orders food with me. They always have a, oh, where was this crop harvested? From what area of the? I don't fucking know. Just order your food, bitch. Anyway, yeah, shift was fine. Got out of there, and yeah, wow, last week really flew by. That was a quick week. Um, Friday went to the pro open mat. I say pro, basically it's just blue belt and above. It's not pro. But I went to the open mat, and rounds were decent, but there wasn't that many rounds, which is a little bit annoying. So it's a long way for me to go. But by the time, after like an hour, everybody's sitting out, and I was like, what the fuck? Had a conversation with a couple of my mates, lovely little convo, had a little coffee. But there was too many people, in my opinion, so I fucking left. You know, I don't know. Everyone there was lovely, but it was just an interesting mix of personalities that didn't really work. I would have happily have a coffee with each individual there on their own, but it was just like a mixture together. It's like, it's just not working. It's not. This is not gelling. Anyway, it's not that important because I actually needed to leave earlier anyway to just get some shit done at home. I don't even remember what I did. I didn't take any note of it again. But went home, did some stuff, had a spag bowl, and then left to work. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go gym, but I didn't. After training, I was supposed to go weights, but it was going to be too much of a squeeze um, before work. I did end up meeting my friend for a coffee straight after I had a coffee with my jiu-jitsu friends. I met and had a coffee with my other gym friend just from the regular gym, and yeah, the we're supposed to go gym, but I cancelled on him. I was like, sorry man, I can't. Work's too soon. It's too much of a squeeze. So I met up with him, had a coffee. He gave me his fob because we shared the membership together, which is kind of naughty. But we had he shared the fob with me, and then he's actually going to go on a little travelling trip around England next week. So he was actually leaving that day on the Friday, so he gave me the fob and left. Lovely guy. Um, yeah, then I worked at the restaurant, smashed it up, 7 hour shift. I think it was even longer, until midnight, and yeah, that was great. Did alright. Saturday, pretty cool day. Um, my PT client, who's also my dad's colleague, my first ever client, who I mentioned actually on this channel a few times. One of the videos I can track back. I have a video of my first session with him. Um, and yeah, so he's a super cool guy. He's in his mid 40s, I think, and yeah, he does very well for himself. You know, it's interesting to see a lot of my dad's colleagues have partners and families and shit, but it's cool to see somebody who has the same salary but like a casual girlfriend and no kids. It's actually kind of cool, and I hate to say it, but it's slightly appealing. Um, you know, I mean, he's told me before that it's lonely, which is very sad to hear that. But I can tell that there's other things that he probably. I mean, I'm sure that he would go for it if he could, if he had the option, because he said that he was a bit of a promiscuous young man. But you know what? I think if he tasted it, he would probably go back to the life he has now. And from my position, obviously, I can see lots of families. I'm in a family. Whether or not, I don't know. Yeah, it's still a family. We have our weird little quirks, but I think everyone does. There's not many perfect families. Um, yeah, I'm just saying that his sort of lifestyle is appealing, basically. So yeah, he said instead of going training on the Saturday morning, he says let's fuck that off and go fucking clay pigeon shooting with me, you, and your father. And I was like, okay, let's do it. So we drove to. I was fucking shattered. Um, I didn't get to sleep till like 2 in the morning from the restaurant. I had to wake up at fucking 7:30. Had a coffee, got in the car, went to shooting. Met my dad's mate at his house. Pardon me. Got in his fucking Mercedes AMG. He was bombing it down the motorway. That was pretty cool. And yeah, I was in the back. The seat next to me was folded down so we could fit the fucking rifles, or they're actually called, they're not rifles, they're just called guns. So we could fit the fucking gun, two guns in the boot right next to me, pointing at my elbow. And yeah, it was awesome. Speeding down there, the car sounds like a fucking demon. It's amazing. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, got out the motherfucking car. Very classy sort of establishment. Lots of well-dressed people with their shotguns over their arm. And yeah, we started. I did this a very long time ago, like 2016, and I was actually pretty good. So I was quite surprised when I started it today. I was fucking awful. I was missing a lot of my shots. It was really, really annoying. Um, Luckily, I did get much better, and I felt a lot better towards the middle and the end. I got way better. But yeah, the start was. I was surprised how shit I was. My dad picked up pretty well. He was doing quite well straight off the bat. Obviously, my client. I said, you know, I just call him my friend 'cause he's my mate now. Um, my friend did obviously pretty well because this is his hobby. We were using his gun, which costs about fucking £6,000. Very nice, like Beretta gun, amazing. I've heard of Beretta from like their pistols, but they make very classy double barrel shotguns, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, that was a really cool day. We had quite a few shots. Yeah. Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Yeah. The restaurant gave it to me. Do you want it? Yeah. One of the ex guys fucking made it. Yeah. Apparently it tastes like shit, but I thought you might appreciate it. Yeah, I'll ask. That was my father. Anyway, um, yeah, shooting was cool, and I would like to go back again pretty regularly. It was fucking sick, but it's very expensive. It's very fucking expensive, so I just enjoyed it. You know, I said I didn't have breakfast, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the cafe's great down there," and I had a fucking bacon roll, and I was like, "Oh, can I?" I was like, oh, "Can I get some egg on mine or something?" They didn't offer egg. I'm like, "What? Why do you not offer?" How fucking simple would it be? It was, yeah, so it was a pretty mid bacon roll, but you know, I won't go off on that. Pretty small bacon roll and all, but fucking hell, whatever. Um, I'm just laughing at what just happened. Basically, I brought back a bottle of wine from the restaurant last night. I was given the wine, and because nobody liked it, I don't drink, so I gave it to my dad. I put it on his little wine rack, and it took him approximately 20 hours to realise. Not even 20, yeah, I think about 20 hours to realise that there was a bottle of wine on his rack that wasn't his. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so yeah, did the shooting, came back. I fucking somehow managed to pass out in the car. Obviously not actually pass out, but I just fell asleep in the back of this massive sports car. I was literally by the fucking, yeah, the engine somehow didn't wake me up. I was just leaning over. We ended up having lunch at the restaurant that I work at. I thought we were going to sit down. I was quite excited because obviously I've been there a month now. I know the menu pretty well. I know what I'd like the look of. So I was ready to fucking order. But then he says, "Oh, we're just going to have the stand-up bar menu." And I'm like, "What the fuck? All I've eaten today is a sausage, like fucking tiny sausage. No, not sausage. All I've eaten today is a tiny bacon bap. Okay? I don't like, what do you mean fucking bar nibbles? This is not how a human is supposed to sustain themselves." So, despite my protest, I couldn't win. I ended up getting like a little steak sandwich, which is actually pretty good. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. And yeah, it was kind of weird seeing my colleagues and just saying. I felt like I had to say hi every time they walked past. I didn't want to be rude and not acknowledge them, but then it was just weird. For those of you who've ever worked at a restaurant, you know how weird it is when you go there as a customer. It's just I probably wouldn't do it again. It's pretty weird. But yeah, I had a few laughs. I ended up leaving early to go home, quickly make some food, and then go back to the restaurant to start my shift around 5 o'clock. But yeah, it was a great shift, lovely shift. Enjoyed it. Not really much noteworthy stuff except I'm happy with my performance at the restaurant. Roughly another 7 hour shift. Boom. Woke up the next day, made pancakes, pretty good pancakes if I say so myself. Did little bits and bobs, tried to plan some Instagram posts um, for my fitness thing, for my fitness training, online coaching. I was planning some posts, drafting some stuff on Canva. Did a lot of nothing, just like scrolling, scrolling bullshit on Instagram. Lost a lot of time to that. On Sad Sunday, it was terrible for that. Lost a lot of time. But I decided that I need to limit that, and I should. And I'm very right in thinking that. And it's not a new thought. I've thought it many times, but sometimes it just creeps back into your life, and you don't realise. You need to make sure you're aware of it all times. Had a lovely Sunday shift. A lot of my colleagues, obviously, I've worked Sundays in the past, other restaurants, but it was my first Sunday with this restaurant. A lot of my colleagues were telling me how awful they are and how, oh my god, they're so hectic. You're not going to survive. Yeah, that wasn't the case. It was completely fine. Complete overreaction from my colleagues, but they said actually this was a really quiet Sunday. Yeah, stuck around for a bit, had some chats, and yeah, that was it really. Not really much to mention. I don't think. I think that's it. I'm gonna end the video now and remember immediately like 5 things, but off the top of my head, that's it. And I'm a little bit in a rush. I don't have time to be making massive videos right now. But that was it. Thank you for listening. Okay, for the first time, I'm actually adding something in after I ended a video because I realised that, just like I said I would, I realised that there was something big that I missed out. Not big, but something that I would like to remember. Pretty nice moment. I don't know about nice, but a moment that I want to remember. You could say some parts are nice. So that moment was after work on Sunday. I hang around for probably a little bit too long, to tell you the truth. Oh man. Tell you the truth, I suppose I'm just a healthy male, but I quite enjoy the company of other women. I say other women like I'm a woman. I quite enjoy the company of women. So when I was the only one left, when I was the only dude left after work, I was like, fuck yeah, let's hang around with the ladies for a bit. But then I also had the sort of feeling like you should probably leave, man, because there isn't really a reason for you to hang around here after you're not getting paid, and it's not like the convos were super like the convos were fine, they weren't awkward or anything, but they weren't like supernatural and thoroughly enjoyable. They were nice, but you sort of had to think about it a little bit. I could tell that they were putting effort into, but I was like, dude, you know what? The part of my brain that I should probably listen to more often was saying, just go home, man. Yeah, obviously be nice to your co-workers, but don't stay when you're not getting paid and try and chat to them too much. Um, but yeah, I indulged a little bit and I stayed. I chatted loads, got some giggles. Don't know, I actually did. Um, but I don't really see. I don't know. There is one really cute. And when I say I don't really use the word cute much, but I would actually say that it is definitely applicable, the correct adjective, for more than one of the girls there. When I say cute, I don't necessarily mean attractive, although one in particular, or two in particular, are actually attractive and cute. Fucking hell, this is not what I meant to talk about when I fucking hit record to add onto the video, but fuck it, we're going down the rabbit hole. Um, they're really adorable in like their mannerisms, and the way they do things is actually cute, but then they're also quite attractive in other ways. Um, yeah, but that's all I'll say. But yeah, I don't really see it going anywhere with any of them. But obviously, you could acknowledge um, attractiveness and not pursue. Number one, because I'm so fucking tired of that shit at the moment. I don't really want to repeat what happened to me again. I don't even think I'll ever be able to repeat that because I'm not sure if I'll ever like anyone that much again. Which sounds like a sad statement, but it isn't sad for me. I'm like, good. Ironically, the gayest thing I've ever done is been in love with a girl. Just so gay. Made me so gay. Ironic, but I just became such a pussy, and I never want to do that again. Even though when things were going good, it was amazing. When your feelings are that strong for somebody and it's looking good, it's the best thing ever. I mean, I have videos where in the present day, in the videos that I was recording, it was going well, and I was so excited. And that feeling is one of the greatest feelings of all time. But then on the other end of the seesaw, when it goes bad, or if it all collapses in a very, very messy way, it's really not fun at all. Anyway, that's not what the hell I decided to talk about when I first, like 4 minutes ago. But anyway, sorry, pardon me, everyone. Um, what I meant to talk about, I left work on the Sunday after staying to chat for a little bit too long, and it was around just about to go 12. I thought I should probably just go to bed. I don't really feel like going gym. And then I decided to stop being such a pussy. I hadn't gone to the gym since I think Friday 'cause work was really. I was really occupied at work. I actually didn't have any time to go. I didn't even have enough time for like 6 hours of sleep, let alone go to the fucking gym. So I went to the gym after work on Sunday, and it was a very. I really wish I had a broader vocabulary to explain this more accurately, but I'll have to go with the pretty overused magical adjective being magical. It was like I was in an empty lobby. You ever go back to one of those games that you really liked a few years ago, and the community servers, all the servers are fucking empty? Or have you ever gone on a multiplayer game but then gone on like the editor or something and used the map on your own? It was like that, honestly. I was riding my bike on the road. The road that I'm talking about is maybe about 2.5 kilometers. And usually, if I have to cross that road, I have to sit on the fucking pavement for maybe sometimes a minute for an opportunity where the cars are clear and I can walk across the road. I went up the entire road on my bike on the road, and there wasn't a single car. It was honestly magical. I was listening to this kind of music. I don't know what the genre's called. I feel like I have to look at it up now. I don't know what the genre's called. I'll get the name. From Sidewalks and Skeletons, I was listening to Goth. I didn't realise that was what the name was. Goth, the slowed version. Listening to that whilst riding my bike up the road. Not a car or a person in sight for 15 minutes. It was only midnight, just midnight as well. Not like it was magical. And then I got in the gym. By the time I got to the town high street, there was a few like takeaways that were still operating. I saw a few mopeds, so sort of broke the immersion a bit. But I got to the gym. There was one dude in there. I was like, oh fuck. I really just wanted to have the gym to myself, but it wasn't a big deal. He actually ended up leaving, and I was like, oh fantastic, had the gym to myself. But as he left, some fucking dickhead walked in. And I was like, fuck's sake, whatever. Um, but then, luckily, this guy was a pussy. He did like 2 sets of dips on the assisted dip and pull-up machine. Went on his phone for about 5-10 minutes and left. I was like, what a fucking, what a result. So I had the gym to myself. Had a pretty good workout. Not a fantastic workout. It's just shoulders and back. With the lat pull downs. The lat pull down is probably I'd probably say my most accurate workout when it comes to directly targeting muscles. Lat pull downs for me, close grip, unreal. I can literally feel symmetrically my lats tingling. to the point where I'm like, oh my god, I think they're gonna rip off the bone. There's no other exercise that I can um purposely target that well. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, I just wanted to add this bit in because I wanted to just remember that if I ever watch this video back and think about it. Speaking of watching videos back, the other day I watched a few videos back before I went travelling, and I've mentioned this before, that I knew that it was stupid and I did it anyway, and I found a little bit of peace in that. Um, but it's just like, for fuck's sake, dude. Like, the more videos I watch, basically all of them, I was like, fuck, this isn't a good idea, man. This girl's going on like one-on-one days out of other dudes. She's texting other dudes. It's not, why am I going travelling with her? It's such a bad idea. But those fucking things called feelings in your brain. You know, I knew it was a bad idea. I did it anyway. I had a good time. I got laid, but still, I think I would have had much less pain if I just didn't go. I don't know, I've been thinking about that. Alternate universes. You know, if there's an alternate universe identical to this one, except I didn't go travelling, how would that have been? She probably would still text me every now and then because she just likes the attention from dudes. And I would have been one of the dudes that would offer the attention. I would not have known about all of her past, so I probably still would have been slightly attracted to her. Who knows? Who knows if I got off better or worse from going or not going? And, you know, whenever I talk to people about it, which is much less nowadays, um, they always say, well, you had a good time, right? You went, you had a good time. I'm like, yeah, I did, but I don't know. I don't really know. There's a lot that goes into it when it comes to experiences, the money I spent, how I felt afterwards. Was it worth it? I actually don't know. I'd have to think about it for a while, but it's not really a productive thought experiment, so I probably won't. But yeah, it's not like, oh yeah, it was definitely worth it, or no, it fucking wasn't. Because I feel like I'm a much wiser man because of it now. But in both geographically and emotionally, romantically, emotionally, maybe. Not regular emotion, but motherfucker. Don't know. Again, this was not originally planned. I just want to talk about the nighttime gym, but I'm talking about this now. I need to finish the travel vlog and get it over with. But to tell you the truth, the girl has been on my mind a little bit more than usual. If I had a chart, you know, it was all-time highs when I first got back from travelling 4 months ago, and then maybe a really steady decline, but not much. 2 months, you know, after I got back, 2 months of really steady decline, but you know, probably close to a straight line, and then shot up to maybe even more than before when she texted me again. And yeah, I guess maybe a respectable uh, decline, but it's been a little bump in the radar recently. There's been no contact. I haven't seen anything from her either. She's blocked me on everything, so I literally can't see anything about her. But which is for the best. Um, but I don't know. It's just been in my mind a little bit. Again, very odd. Don't know why I'm talking about it. And that's it. I just want to talk about that. My plan for next week. I might even just do one video next week because I'm actually getting quite busy now. So as sad as that is, only one video a week. That's barely any Minecraft. That's what I'm thinking about. But it's just too much shit to do. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But yeah, I'm going to make sure I have all of my clients in order and nothing left behind, and establish a good system. That's what I'll do for next week. Thanks for listening.